I get a lot of questions about sleep. It's something that people talk more about now than they used to, but sleep is super important. It's super important for performance, recovery, but a lot of people, I think, avoid it, neglect it because it is so simple and it's free. And it's a lot more fun and sexy to talk about some random, fancy supplement or something you can take that's maybe going to do something. But what's not fun is, going to bed early. It's putting your phone down. It's having a routine every night before you go to bed to improve your sleep. And something like that is, it never stops. It's not like, oh, I did it, now it's done. It's kind of like brushing your teeth. You just have to keep brushing your teeth. And there's never really a time in your life when you're going to have to stop brushing your teeth. Sleep's the same way, and quality sleep is the same way. It's kind of annoying to do all those little things to make your sleep better, but when you do them, you reap the rewards. So I'm going to list off a bunch of things you can do to help improve your sleep. Kind of sleep hygiene is a word I've heard used before. If you want more information on sleep, just type in Ben Greenfield sleep hacks, and he's got like hundreds of different things you can do for your sleep, from the simple to the more complex to the free to the expensive. He's got a big list, but these are some that I recommend to people all the time that help me, and I do all these things to varying degrees. But first one is a black room. Black room. So, any piece of electronic, cover it in tape or put it out of the room. Make sure your windows have been blacked out with blackout curtains. The seam underneath the door. So there should be no light. You should be able to look around, ideally any time of day, even in the middle of the day, and you can black out your entire room. Next is sound. So same thing. There should be as little to no sound as possible. And if there is sound, you can look into like a white noise or pink noise generator. There's apps that can do this on your phone that sort of generate these hums that might help you sleep. Another one is temperature. So you want your room to be pretty cold. There's up to you how you want to do that. I used to bring sometimes like an ice pack to bed or something that wasn't going to leave a stain or something, but just to start me off at least cold, and it helped me fall asleep quicker, especially if it was a hot day. But air conditioning, or crack open the windows on a cool night, that's going to help a lot. Or wear less clothing and less sheets. Earplugs can help with the noise, and a face mask can help with the light. But ideally, the whole room is dark, and ideally the room is quiet, even without earplugs. Next thing that might help, there are some supplements that can help. You can take a melatonin, you can look into CBD oil, you can take a ZMA supplement. All those things are going to help, and just a regular, good diet's going to help. Some people don't like having food before bed. Some people say 30 minutes, some people say 3 hours, some people say an hour. If you're digesting food, there might be some blood going to your stomach to help digest that food, and that might cause you to be unable to sleep. I don't really prescribe to that. I train a lot, and I'm a heavier guy, so I eat kind of pretty much whenever I'm awake. I'm eating it right before bed. I usually have some casein protein from Ascent Protein, and I like that before bed. But to some people, they think that they sleep better when they don't eat before bed, and specifically I've heard eating carbs before bed. So if you are going to eat before bed, you want to have a little something, maybe focus a little more on the protein and the fats, and not something really high in carbs. Don't go have a bunch of sugar or something like that. So let's see, what other ones? Do something before bed that calms your mind. This is a really important one. So whether it's, for me, if I find sometimes I don't do anything, but for me, if I find my mind is racing, I'll just lie on the floor, I'll do some light stretching, and I'll just kind of try to think about nothing at all. Just, you could call it meditating. I'll just take deep breaths in through my nose, out through my mouth, and I'll just try to focus on nothing at all, or just something very, very calming. That's up to you. You can count sheep. But if you go to bed and your mind is racing, you're going to have a tough time falling asleep. The next thing is, again, it's sort of related to that, and it's stimulation before bed. So if you're on your computer, on your phone, watching TV, listening to music, having conversation, all these things all at once right before bed, and then boom, you go to bed, you're going to have a tough time falling asleep. Part of that is just the stimulation, and part of that is blue light. So if you look at, if you lived out in the wilderness, as the sun sets, you're going to get, red light, orange light, and then no light. And blue light, you're really only going to find like midday. And so if you do have to look at a screen, get some blue light blocking glasses. If you don't have those or you don't want to get those, just try to avoid looking at screens altogether for, as much time as possible before bed. I've heard 30 minutes, I've heard 3 hours, whatever it is for you. Try and do that as little as possible. And that is pretty much it. Hopefully you can take some of those to heart. Maybe there's a few little new routines you can add that are going to help you get a better night's sleep. And remember, there's very few things that are going to help you perform and help you recover better than drinking water frequently, eating really good food, staying stress-free, and having really good sleep and a good warm-up and a good cool-down. Those are the things that are always going to be the most important. You can never do anything that's going to that's going to cover those things up. You can't get a Band-Aid and slap those on and fix those big things. So focus on those first and then look into all the other things. Hopefully that helps.